What up, YouTube? It's Friday. Welcome to the Friday Funhouse. That's right. The next and latest, greatest episode of Super Game Room Dudes is right around the corner. Detroit Love is not here. Nostalgia's not here. We had to put the bat signal in the sky, and we got reinforcements. And also, holy shit, it's Michael B. the Game Genie's birthday today. Oh, man, it's going to be an awesome episode of Super Game Room Dudes. Friday night just got live. All right, guys, we are here. We are live. Welcome to the Friday Funhouse, the Super Game Room Dudes, your favorite arcade and gaming podcast show. With me, as always, is my co-host, Michael B. the Game Genie, who also happens to be the birthday boy. Michael B., how about everybody in the live chat? Do me a favor right now. Wish this man a happy birthday. Michael B., how does it feel to be 25 years old?
I'm 30. Well, next week I'll be 30.
Happy birthday, Mike. You got big plans this birthday weekend with everybody?
Well, today was my birthday, so we did most of the stuff today. I'm not going to spend any time with my parents because my brother lives with my parents, and his daughter found out today she has mono. So I don't want to go through that again. I thought I had mono for a whole year once. Turns out I was just really bored. So I don't want that again. And then Sunday, I think we're going to go out and celebrate with Lara's parents. My daughter's birthday is on the 3rd. So we're going to do like a double birthday celebration on Sunday with the kids and stuff. But people aren't here to talk about, my birthday. It's cool and everything, and I appreciate it, guys. But, people are here to get answers to 2 questions. Number 1 is, what's all the news in home arcade and retro gaming? Number 2 is, where was 19K Fox January 6, 2021?
That is a very, very important question. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some special guests for you tonight. First off, let's go ahead and introduce the man. You might call him a modding god. That's right. G.I. Joel is here. Everyone, big shout out for G.I. Joel. This guy makes risers for your arcade one-up countercades. He's actually got one right behind him. Welcome to the show, dude. How are you, man?
Doing good. Glad to be on the show. Excited. It's always good hanging out with you guys.
I am so jealous because my home is undergoing renovation right now. So everything's packed up, boxed up, crated up, waiting for painting and flooring to get finished. And I look at your game room and it just inspires me. Look at all that cool shit behind you, dude. It looks great.
I have a lot of collectibles.
Yes, a lot of collectibles.
So
and,
first thing I see when I look behind you, I see a Dig Dug cabinet, and the first thing I notice about it, the original risers on that. I got to tell you about my buddy G.I. Joel. Does these seamless risers? They're incredible, man. You should check them out.
I'll have to check him out. Does he have a website?
Oh yeah, he does. G.I. Joel Gaming. Go check it out.
Guys,
use code PDubs to get a 10% discount.
There is no code. Guys, moderators, do me a favor, share a link to G.I. Joel's website. Guys, if you're looking to get any kind of like risers and stuff for your countercades, as well as the seamless riser for the arcade one-up deluxes and stuff, make sure you guys check out his website. Lots of reviews out there. A lot of people have covered them. Pretty cool stuff. Also tonight, guys, we are graced by the presence of Michael B. the Game Genie's dad. That's right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, Stokjock is here. Stokjock from the Arcades Anonymous crew is joining us with the coolest shirt on the panel tonight. What's up, man?
Hey, I'm glad to be here. You put out a call for somebody to jump in, and I said, hey, I'm not doing anything. The wife said, leave me alone. Go get on the show. So
my wife's been saying that for about 9 years now.
Yep. She actually said when I got back, she goes, when's your next show? Yeah. That you got to go to. I said, well, Cleveland next year. She goes, is there something in between? I mean,
So another thing too. I mean, every time we travel, Stokjock is easily the best dressed member of the Vacation Alliance.
Yeah, he is. Without a doubt. When I met him in what was it? It was Chicago, Cleveland. He even brought me he brought me a Pac-Man shirt. Which, by the way, looks good on me, but nowhere near as good on me as it does on you. Fantastic job, my friend. And also, tell me about these lights in your game room. Holy cow, what is that?
That's just a Govee curtains you buy, and you can basically put them up, and there's 2 of them up there, and there's an app, and there's a lot of cool people out there who make designs for them, and you just upload it to the app and shoot it up to the curtain. So we got Pac-Man going tonight.
Fun fact, if you look to the bottom left corner,
yes,
Stokjock was my very first
that's right,
a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
he
that
has
right down
OG
there.
riser on his.
I have the OG riser. It's the almost super seamless. His new design was seamless, but this one was the first
made
one.
A lot of improvements and adjustments since then.
Yep.
So they have an app where you can, like, right there, you have the Pac-Man stuff running on the lights. What other kind of cool ones are there? And did you do a video on your channel for this?
Well, I just did it part of the. That's actually a good video to put out on this whole thing, but it was part of when I introduced my game room, which it took me 3 months to put it together, but I showed that up there, and that got a lot of attention. Those darn curtains did. But yeah, I'll change it up while we're going through the show. Put something else up there during the show.
Change it throughout the show. We'll kind of highlight it. $2 from Kevin Clausen. He says he's part of the Vacation Alliance. There you go. So the Illuminati is dead. Now it's the Vacation Alliance. Abandon your families and go to the arcades. That's what it's all about. I'm just teasing. I'm just making a joke. All right, guys. A big shout out for our next guest. We've been waiting forever to get this guest on. That's right. BurgerTime Babe is here. BurgerTime Babe is here. No one else matters. I'm just kidding. What's up, guys? Do me a favor. Welcome Galga Guy 88 and his adorable wife, BurgerTime Babe. Fantastic up and coming YouTubers. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. We're glad to be here. P-Dub said too. He told me specifically. He said if she doesn't come on, then just don't worry about coming. That's what he said.
Got the kids in bed. Made sure I'm here.
Yes.
And of course, we have links to all these guys' channels in the video description below. If you like the Super Game Room dudes, you're probably going to like all these people. Make sure you subscribe to their channels and support this arcade and gaming community. What I really like about Galga Guy and BurgerTime Babe is you guys have been doing some fun streams lately where you guys make drinks. And these are like bar drinks that are based upon like retro video games and arcade games and stuff. And you show people how to make them and all that stuff. Why don't you tell people a little bit about it? And also, immediately following our broadcast tonight, you guys are going to be doing a stream, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna and tell people what drink you're going to be making for everybody.
So tonight we're going to be doing Crash Bandicoot's Wampa juice. So in Crash Bandicoot, he has those little apples. They're called Wampas in there. So we're going to show you how to make our special Wampa juice. But these started out whenever we go to barcades. They always have these neat drinks, and we just started, asking the bartender, "Hey, how do you make these things? And where do you get this idea?" And so we kind of evolved from there. And we've been doing them for a while, but it's just fun. I usually try to make them really easy so that, people can make them at home. I try to do around 3 or 4 ingredients so they're not too hard for people. And it makes it kind of neat if you have your own home arcade and you have people over. It's something you could do to make it feel like you're a fancy bartender. And really, it's pretty easy. Yeah.
Very, very cool. I like it. It's different. It's unique. It's fun. It fits in this niche. It's something interesting. Guys, do me a favor. When we go off the air, head on over there. Maybe I'll set up a redirect while people are talking during the show. And guys, go learn how to make some Wampa juice. Also, go check out the replays. They've done a bunch of these kind of streams where they've made a lot of really fun drinks and stuff like that. So good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, welcome to the show. All right, we've already killed 10 minutes, but we had a lot of introductions to make. And also on top of that, we got a number of topics to talk about tonight. Now, Michael,
did we mention G.I. Joel's company yet? What he does?
Not yet. Go ahead, Mike. Take it away. Take it away.
Yeah, so this guy G.I. Joel, he makes these seamless risers. You're going to be hearing a lot about it on hour 1 of our 17-hour shopping channel marathon on G.I. Joel's risers.
The telephone lines are open.
We got Barbara Streisand coming later. I don't know how we got her, but she'll be here.
Yep. Tonight, guys, we got a number of topics to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the brand new Sam's Club AtGames Legends Ultimate high definition arcade machine. This thing came, kind of started leaking out, I guess, yesterday. Jason Little Alien sent it to me today. I put out a video. While I was making and recording my video, all of a sudden AtGames dropped a trailer with more information that I wasn't aware of at the time of filming my video. So we definitely want to dive into that, get everybody's opinions. All these people on this panel, they own these products. They own AtGames, they own Arcade 1-Up, so I'm sure they'll be able to add to the discussion. We also want to talk about the Arcade 1-Up claw machine and how it might just be the biggest sellout in the history of arcade gaming. That's all for humor as well. Drama channels, calm down. Don't start making thumbnails yet. You don't know what we're going to say. We're also going to talk about Evercade cart. A new Evercade cart leaked on Amazon today, and it looks like it's got a couple cool games on it. We're going to talk about Chucky Pinball and why it's awesome, potentially, or why does it suck. We're also going to talk about the Metallica. Mike wants to talk about the Metallica pinball machines, so we're going to make sure.
Yeah, I'm a pinball channel now.
Yeah, Mike is a one pinball channel, all Godzilla, all the time.
Every Wednesday night, it's Godzilla Pinball Weekly.
Yep. Now, before we dive into tonight's topics real quick, everybody here that was on this panel on your beautiful screen or cell phone, whatever you're watching us on, all of us were at Pinball Expo, and all of us hung out a bit at Pinball Expo. Real quick, around the horn, let's start with Galga guy on top and work our way down to Joel and Stokjock. What'd you guys think of Pinball Expo? Did you ever go before? Was it cool? You ever going back? Something like favorite moment? Just give me like 60 seconds, and then we can get this show started. Go!
This is our first time ever going to the the Chicago Expo Pinball. First time going to Chicago at all for me. I don't know about for.
No, I'd never been to Chicago.
Yeah, it was a really, really great time. I think we enjoyed the expo for the for the most part. Favorite parts about being there was just hanging out with everybody. I mean, the AA crew and the Illuminati or whatever they call it, Vacation Alliance was around. It was nice just seeing everybody, and there were just moments where we're all talking and we got to just hang out and just I don't know. It just was nice just to be able to hang with people.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't get to play a whole lot pushing strollers around, but it was fun to see you have fun. So
yeah,
it was a good time.
What I find funny is I ran into you guys, and both of your kids were sleeping in their strollers when I got to see you guys in person. Well behaved, sleeping, relaxed. And then I headed over, and right after you guys, I ran into Danny at the corner. His kids were not sleeping.
Those are Danny's kids. Those are Danny's kids.
Yes.
Like literally his son ran up to me and said, "Let's fucking go." And the kid's like 3 years old. No, I'm kidding. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. But it was great. There were a lot. It was great. It was great. It was great to see everybody. So next time the guys get the strollers. There you go. Mrs. Cornercade is here. Now, Mrs. Cornercade, I am actually upset with you that BurgerTime Babe has made it to the broadcast on Super GameRoom Dudes before you. So, something's got to change here is all I'm saying. Something's got to change. But yeah, it was great to meet everyone and their families, or those who brought families. Not everyone did. And then G.I. Joel, tell us about Pinball Expo. Go ahead, buddy, real quick.
It was my first time going as well. Not because I couldn't have gone. I could have gone, many times in the past, but I chose to go this my first time. It was great. Loved it. Enjoyed it. Brought my kids, brought my wife. We all had a good time. They enjoyed it. Yeah. It's great hanging out with everybody, especially in the house. We had a good time meeting Gallagher Guy and BurgerTime Babe. Our kids hit it off, and they were crying when we had to go separate ways. And I think we're already Googling MapQuest and how far it is to each other's houses for another meetup. So
nice.
Yeah, he's coming to Ohio.
Unfortunately. If there's any place I dislike more than Chicago, it's Ohio, the state of.
All right, Stokjock, take it away. First time at Pinball Expo? Or
first time going, and first time I've ever been to Chicago as well. And it was I've never seen so many pinball machines in all my life. And the things I like best about it was one is we went to Galloping Ghost, and basically as soon as I walked in, Michael B grabs me and says, "Come over. Let me show you my high score on Robotron." And, that was
And
my
then what
favorite
happened?
part of
And then what
basically
happened?
wiping
We don't need
his
to talk about that.
wiping it right off the map there, basically. And
It was a glorious hour.
it was a glorious hour they had. Yes, congrats for 1 hour, as I said before. So no, but that place that was like incredible. I've never seen a place like that before. That, and then also going into the free play pinball area with all those pinball machines in there from that guy who owned them all was crazy. And then I found my favorite machine of all time, which is Firepower, and I played it until I got multi-ball. It was a great time.
Yeah. The best thing
Stokjock
about
is
meeting
Stokjock is the killer of arcade high score
Dreams.
and hope.
He broke some hearts on Tempest too, I heard.
He did.
Yeah. For me, the best part about meeting Stokjock in person was, hung out, walked around with him a little bit. He even he had rented a car and helped us save on Uber money, drove us around a couple of times. And I remember in the short time we hung out together, you told me 25 times that you were the oldest guy in the gaming community. So
Yes, yeah,
you're not that old, buddy. You're not that old, buddy.
It's a
Well,
fun
I
don't
don't
look
fact.
it.
Like,
I don't look it, but I'm 64. Just turned 64 last month. So
he can't stand to see a high
God bless
score
you.
without his initials above it. I sent a
Yes.
picture in the group chat today of Mini JoJo playing what is it, Car Chaos on the Infinity game table, and he had like a high score, Wes initials, and immediately Daryl was looking up on Facebook Marketplace to get himself an Infinity game table. So
I've got to beat that scores.
Well, it was a great time going to Pinball Expo,
It
and
was.
look forward to seeing you guys at other conventions. We ran into you in Cleveland, stuff like that. Next year, I'm actually really thinking about going to the Portland Expo. I want to do something on the West Coast, so I'm hearing good
We've
things
already
about
agreed
Portland.
to Disney, so you can go fuck.
Well, the Disney one will be separate because when we go to California, we're also all going to go to California with our families. All the wives are going because we're going to do Disneyland for them, and then all the guys are going to like Captain's Auctions Warehouse, stuff like that. While all the girls hang out, get their nails painted, stuff like that. But I really want to do a convention on the West Coast, and I keep hearing good things about Portland. Anyone go to the Portland Expo? Let me know in the live chat. Give me your comments. Is it a good show? Is it worth my plane ticket? Let me know. I kind of want to check it out, man. I kind of want to see what Portland's all about. So that's on my list for next year.
Another thing on my list I'd like to do sometime is, you guys ever hear of Fun Spot?
No. What?
Yes.
Fun Spot.
Fun Spot. What is that?
Yes.
Fun Spot. It's up by Rhode Island. It's the other huge arcade. Like, this one challenges Galloping Ghost to be the biggest arcade in the world. So like John's Arcade used to go there all the time. They do arcade meetups every year. They'd rent cabins on this little cabin community and then head to Fun Spot and play arcade games all day.
Oh, there we
Now
go. That's awesome.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Just don't go to the just don't drink out of the water fountains in Portland. Why? What's going on there? Something I don't know about. Let me know. Bottled water. Actually, I drink. If I ever drink water, it's always bottled water. I never drink anything out of the tap. All right, let's pivot over. Let's start talking about this stuff. Michael B, the Game Genie. I have been hogging the mic.
Oh, just really quickly, you didn't ask me about my Pinball Expo experience.
Well, you've made 25 videos about it. I figured everybody.
No, I didn't make as many as you, buddy. And in short order. So really quickly,
I have it on good authority that Michael B was at Pinball Expo, and he told me privately earlier today on a phone call that the Polycade was the arcade one-up killer. Take it away, Mike.
I got to play the Polycade. I did, and I've got to tell you, this thing.
Awesome. He said it was awesome.
This thing is a piece of shit. Polycade is terrible. I felt so bad. I was like, oh my god, poor American Pinball. They keep taking L's. Apparently they own this thing now, which is not true. Apparently they don't own it, but they're helping with distribution. But I was really underwhelmed with that Polycade. Like it was really junky.
Yeah.
Anybody else play it?
Yeah.
I did.
Well,
yeah, I'm a little worried after hearing Mike's feedback because my units should be here in the next couple of weeks, so we'll have to give it a good look see and see is Michael B correct. Mike and I usually agree on stuff on like build quality and our product's fun or not. So Mike's saying he played it in person at Expo because they had it near the American Pinball booth. Worries me when he tells me he didn't like it. So Hopefully I
did
didn't
not.
waste my money. Hopefully I didn't waste my money. But we'll
I
find
played it, and I also almost cut my hand on it. I'm certain there was some edges
On the metal?
on the black one that they had there. There was some edges that you could have sliced your hand wide open on. I was shocked.
All right. So
At that
basically, the Cornercade could make a killing selling
Yes.
Polycade baseball gloves for you to wear when
Yes,
you're playing
yes,
the Polycade
exactly.
to protect your hands from injury.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Real quick before we dive into AtGames, that we're gonna dive into this arcade machine. BurgerTime, babe. I gotta ask because you're here. What's it like having this guy as your husband, collecting all these arcade machines? And how do you feel now about joining him on his YouTube journey on your guys' broadcasts and live streams? Usually, there's the ladies get a lot of pressure when this kind of stuff happens. Look at Mrs. Cornercade since she first appeared on the scene. Stuff like that. How you feeling about this? His addiction to arcades.
I think it's fun, actually. It doesn't bother me. I'm glad he's got something that he really enjoys doing, and the community. And the fact that he includes me in it. Initially, I felt like I was intruding, and he was pretty happy to let me just get on the show with him. So I have a good time, and I 100% support him.
So for all of you out there, go ask your wives those same questions. And if they don't repeat the same answer she just did, you're with the wrong person. Galga guy has a keeper. Congratulations,
Yes,
man.
does.
She's killing
Yep.
it too. Look at that. Mrs. G.I. Joel right here. She's giving you she's also better at Mario Kart than Galga guy. Is this true?
Yes, yes, she is. She kicked my butt. I'm terrible at it. I'm terrible at
Yeah.
Mario Kart. I have the worst luck in
Yeah.
the world when it comes to that game.
Yeah. It's funny too, because when like people say stupid stuff and I'm like, or make bad assumptions as to what goes on in people's homes and things like that. Like my wife fully supports me being on YouTube and doing all this stuff. She's like, if you're happy, I'm happy. You know what I mean? Like most of the arcade machines, my wife thinks are pretty cool. She loves her claw machine. She loves her. She loves not her claw machine. I'm sorry. She loves her coin pusher. You know what I mean? Like there, I make sure too. Now, Galaga guy, pro tip: if BurgerTime Babe says I really want that, you got to make it happen. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't listen to P Dubs. He's acting up here now. Ask him where his wife's T2 is.
the T2's in there. It's in. It's
Is
in
it
there.
modded?
Yes, it's modded.
Did she
And
want it
she
modded?
was. She didn't want it modded. However,
I don't like
after we finished doing the retro shooter mod on T2, and I showed her that T2 was still playable, plus all these other games, like her favorite game, my wife's favorite shooting game, of course, Duck Hunt. She loves it. She was happy. She was happy.
That's actually how she got her BurgerTime Babe cab, was because we were I started collecting these, and then we were at an arcade, and she's like, I love this BurgerTime arcade, like this is like my favorite game I've ever played. And I got on the app or on the online immediately. Is like, do they sell BurgerTime arcades through Arcade 1-Up? And that's how I got one, just randomly. Yeah, so I was like, she likes it. I'm gonna jump on it right now.
Yep, Retro Lizard, the Terminator 2 arcade 1-Up, that's my wife's. She won't let me sell it. She wouldn't let me get rid of it. It was hard as shit to mod it. I was like, I really got to make this video, babe. Like, I really got to make this video. I need to mod it.
He
I
was
promise
in
you,
big trouble.
it'll still play T2. And she was so mad, like, you better not mess this up. Anyway,
I'm fascinated. Like anybody who thinks our wives don't support us in this, do you really think our wives want to sit there while we talk to them for like 6 hours about how Arcade 1-Up's screwing up?
yeah.
No, that's what YouTube is
No.
for.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm glad you have an outlet, Mike. $2 from Kevin Clausen. How come nobody has Iconic Arcade? We might be crazy, but we're not nuts.
Nope.
All right, guys, we've killed so much time, but it's going to be a fun show tonight. We're going to talk this. Mike, take it away. I've been talking. What was the big announcement today from AtGames? Go ahead, buddy.
Well, this had been coming for a while. Everybody knew it was coming. There's going to be a new Legends Ultimate HD coming to Sam's. I think the price point was $549. It's got 300 games included. I was originally told it was going to have less games. I thought it was only going to have something like 100, 150, but it's got 300 games. It's got an updated lineup. Atari is still there, which was a surprise. We didn't know if Atari would be back. They've even got Pong this time on the front. There you can see Quicks. P-Dubs, you're a big fan of Quicks. But a
Kicks.
game you Kicks.
It's not
Game you-
Quicks. It's
A
kicked.
game you are a big fan of course, is Battletoads. So interesting to
I
see
love
Battletoads
Battletoads.
on here, but no sign of Killer Instinct. So I'm guessing they couldn't get Killer Instinct working on the CPU or GPU, whatever they have in there.
Oh, that's right. Because this, guys, keep in mind this this is going to be the high def arcade machine, and it's going to have the same rock chip that's in the Legends Ultimate arcade machines that you see behind me here. Same exact hardware. The only thing different is the user interface and the included games list. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about upgrading. Technically, you probably really don't need to if you wanted to upgrade, because it's the same thing except for the built-in games list as well
Yeah,
as the user interface.
I don't think this is really an upgrade path so much as
No.
another option for new customers. The other thing I found interesting, they heavily advertise Valis on this, and I might be behind on the times with the game packs. I thought with the renovation game packs, Valis never came with those. Like there was some kind of screw up. Did Valis eventually come out with those game packs, the renovation packs?
I never bought those game packs. Did any of you guys on the panel?
No.
No.
Nope.
They're cool, but I mean they're console games, so I was like, awesome for them, but
Nope.
Yeah. Well, I want to get everyone's opinion on the panel. So, about almost 2 years ago, and this is back when I actually, talked to AtGames. AtGames had sent YouTubers and influencers or content creators, whatever you want to call them, some video footage, a sneak peek of what that new user interface was going to look like. And I actually published that video, and I finally found it on my channel. And so I definitely want to get the opinion from the people in the chat. Guys, do you like this new user interface? Because apparently, see, when I recorded my video, if you caught it, I made a video today. When I recorded my video, guys, I had no idea that this trailer had dropped that AtGames put that we just played for you. So I was like, did they change the user interface? Did they listen to feedback from 2 years ago? Nope, they didn't. So this is going to be the user interface. Guys, Galga Guy, BurgerTime Babe, let me know what you think. It looks like a shelf of DVDs. What do you think?
It looks like almost like my old CD rack from back in the 90s/2000s. What I'm seeing, like the side. I don't like it. I just first initial thoughts is it just seems like it's
there it is.
gonna be-
Bad dudes. Everybody stop. Respect bad dudes.
Yes.
Dudes.
Guys, do me a favor in the live
do you
chat. If you like the look of this new user interface, give me a 1 in the chat. If you don't like the look, give me a 0 so we can get your feedback here.
Now that I see
this.
bad dudes, I kind of like it.
Right?
Personally, I got to be honest, I hate it. And I'm not trying to be mean, guys, because the AtGames Legends Pinball 4K, I love the new user interface. I think it's awesome. It's what should have been on the original high-def pinball machine. I love the new user interface. I'm not an AtGames hater. I loved it. This user interface, I think, sucks. I think this is terrible. But I want to know your guys' honest opinion, because opinions are like buttholes. Everyone's got one. You guys got to tell me in the chat, do you like it? Do you hate it? I don't like this at all. And the reason why we're making this a point, guys, is AtGames confirmed today that this is the user interface you're going to see on the new 4K arcade machine whenever that comes out sometime next year. Stokjock, we haven't heard from you. What are your thoughts on this user interface?
I'm gonna go out. I actually do like that. I like that, how it pops up and flips up in front of you and shows you the. To me, it reminds me of like a jukebox, and like an old jukebox where they had all the records in there flowing around, and you could kind of see the and being an old school kind of guy, to me, I kind of like that.
You're
that
64 years of age, or showing right now, Stokjock.
Exactly right.
He's
So
64 years.
I'm
young.
64, and I'm telling you, get off my lawn.
Yeah. What about you, G.I. Joel? What do you think about this?
I didn't think that it could get any worse than what they had.
My man.
No, with that being said, I mean, I don't hate this. My only gripe with it is like it looks like it's using more processing power just to make it look even nicer. Whereas mine has a hard enough time just performing well as it is without crashing and freezing up and stuff on the old system. So I wish, like, it seems like they're doing updates every week, but the updates never actually fix any of the bugs and issues that are like
I
always
love this guy. You got to come on the
outstanding
show more.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yeah, mine. The only thing mine is kept around for is the bit pixel. When it's working, I like the bit pixel because it runs through all the games and it looks cool. But it's always crashing, and I have to have a special switch on my plug to restart it and turn it back on and off because it freezes up. But I think it looks okay.
All right. So I hate it. Stokjock likes it. Reminds him of the jukebox in the Cafe 80s. G.I. Joel thinks it's okay. Galga guy, you said you guys didn't like it?
No,
They're not
I don't like
fans.
it.
Michael B. the Game Genie, what is the Vacation Alliance? Are we going to promote or kill this thing?
I'm indifferent. I don't love it, but at the same time, again, the old firm like UI was not great. So I mean, anything was going to be a step up, but it would be nicer if it was more of a similar UI to what they were using with Pinball. That one just works so well and looks so good.
All right.
I'll agree to that, by the way, Michael B. I think you're right there.
All right. Well, let's dive into the way this new high-def pinball machine looks. So obviously, it's going to have the same exact cabinet shape as the existing AtGames Legends Ultimates, but we got a new artwork package on here, new list of games. Mike, let's go with you because I made a video, so I don't.
How
really
are they
need your
designating the difference between this and the? Is this like the V2 or what do they call
Well,
it?
I'm assuming this would technically be version 1.3, right, Mike, or version 1.4?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the one I have behind me is version 1.1, and I think there's been one more since then. So yeah, probably 1.3.
All right, guys, in the live chat, give me your honest feedback. Remember, this is a safe place. I'm not a fan of the artwork, says Ray. Ray says it's way too busy. Michael B., what do you think of the new artwork on here? Go ahead, my friend.
I saw some of the concepts for what they were going to go with originally, and this is better. I agree. It's a little busy, but it is in line with what other people do with like multicade artwork.
Yeah.
Like if you take a look at what I don't know if you guys watch like Up Down Down, buddy from New Day's channel, Austin Creed. So he just got like a multicade done and he wanted it Sega branded. So his looks pretty similar to this with like the integration, all the Sega channels. I don't know what the right way to do a multicade is, right? Like, do you do a single patch and try to add your games in? How do you do a multicade? What's the right way to do the art? It's always a weird question.
They could have
Multicades
did
are tough.
without all the
They're
titles
tough.
on the front kick plate.
Yeah. The only thing worse than this is whoever designed the side panels on the Legends Ultimate 4K, whoever came up with that idea, right?
Yeah,
right,
what an
Michael B? That's just a joke. That's just a
Killer
joke.
instinct. That's pretty-
BurgerTime Babe, what are you thinking here? There's rumor that you'll notice that there's no Data East games. So rumor going around, guys, is Data East games like BurgerTime and stuff aren't going to be included on this machine as part of the trade-off in games. What are your thoughts here, BurgerTime Babe, about them letting your favorite game of all time hit the curb, kick rocks?
I mean, I have a dedicated cab, so it doesn't really bother me.
Good.
But yeah,
That's not
if I'm gonna
acceptable.
play, I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't play it now on our cab. I play it on my BurgerTime cab. But I like the artwork.
You like
Just
it,
an-
okay?
I do like the artwork, and I do like the new kick
That's
plate.
fair.
I don't like the old one.
Galga
thing-
guy. Sorry, Mike. What are your thoughts, Galga guy?
I was actually thinking about maybe getting this one because I got like version 1.0.
The Sam's
and
Club.
it's- Yeah. And I actually got it from some guy, secondhand, and it's pretty beat up. And I was like, well, this has the OTG on it, and I can't even use Bluetooth on, like, the panel doesn't have Bluetooth, so it's hard to like even add stuff to it to make it, bring my own games kind of thing. So I was kind of thinking about it. I don't know if I will or not, but if I sell this one, I mean, I'd put money towards this, but yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Before you buy this, you may want to look into whether or not the external features are included before you go in, because I mean the Legends Ultimate is awesome, and I know AtGames says a lot of people play like the included games, but like I never go into my included games. I'm immediately into
Yeah.
coin ops the minute I turn on my Legends Ultimate. So make sure you're not going to have to drop like an extra couple $100 to go into coin ops or your advanced features.
So you guys may have noticed, so as this little announcement's coming out, so they put out a trailer for it, but they don't have it listed anywhere on the AtGames website. There's just the listing on Sam's Club. Sam's Club does not have the full games list. This machine comes with 300 games. Is it too much of me, guys? Is it wrong of me to request, albeit it's more like it's a soft, more like a demand versus a request, but if you want people to pay $549 for this, shouldn't we know what games are included? AtGames, do us a favor, publish the full games list somewhere on your social media channels, so we know what we're buying. Because right now, guys, I don't see a full games list. Do you guys? And right now we're hearing, because what's interesting is on the product listing on the Sam's Club website, guys, it says that the Disney games are included, but now we're hearing that the Data East, and it says the Data East games are included. But now we're hearing all they did was copy and paste the product listing from a couple of years ago, the last time Sam's Club had AtGames Legends Ultimates. So the product listing is wrong. So
I know for sure that the Disney games are gone because Nostalgia freaked out, threw a tantrum, threw his Batman.
They took away Aladdin.
Aladdin's gone. Sega Genesis Aladdin. The one that really bothers me about that, because I don't really give a shit about the Disney games on there, because there wasn't anything other than Tron for me, arcade exciting. But there was another game that it's not technically an arcade game, but I always thought was a really cool feature ad, was Wreck-It Ralph. Like Wreck-It Ralph was one of the cool things about getting a Legends Ultimate, is you could actually play this made up arcade game, right?
Yeah.
All right, real quick, so we can finish off this topic and dive a little bit more into this machine. Stokjock, what do you think about the appearance? You like it? You hate it? You love it?
I'm okay with the side panel art. I like it. I don't like the kick plate art. It reminds me too much of those first arcade 1-ups that came out with all the games plastered on there, and I don't need that. But I think that especially I think I remember the P-Dubs today. You were going down through each one of them, and I was like, well, those are good fun games that they've got on there. And so to me, I don't mind the side art. I think if it's a multicade, put multiple things on the side. So yeah, I kind of dig it, but I don't like I don't like that all those on the front there though, not at all.
And G.I. Joel, what are your thoughts, real quick?
I don't mind the side art either. I'm kind of the same thing. I think they should just black out the front kick plate, because that's what really busies it up, and you can add more games anyways and different things. So why list some of the games that you have? Just have some artwork and keep it basic.
Yeah, well, AtGames can't really win here, because if they did put a coin door on there and just left it black, everybody'd be like, the coin door is too small.
It's off center.
Too small. It's off center. Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
A couple real quick, Mike, and then I'll come back to you. A couple people did ask me on the video I made earlier today. I saw they left comments saying, does this still have the trackball? Yeah, the trackball's right here, guys. It's just hard to see. So it's the same control panel that you've always seen from AtGames. 2 spinners, trackball, joystick, 6 buttons for each player. No bezel artwork, and from what we see on this render as well, looks like they got rid of the Tron artwork that was on the front of this thing. Mike, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you.
Just if you can scroll down to the bottom of the cabinet, one thing I do want to point out, and this was on some of the early renders I saw as well. You'll notice the dinosaurs on the bottom. That's actually representing Dinosaur Dynasty. Like I've always found a weird disconnect, and maybe this is just my mind, why they focus so much on their pinball platform on their Legends Ultimate arcade. Like, I know you can play pinball on it, and maybe people sometimes only have room for one, but like I don't know why that's so heavily advertised on an arcade product. So that's just something I look at and I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Well, it's got pinball buttons, Mike. You got to hype up the pinball, and what better pinball game to pick than Dinosaur Dynasty? Stringer
Yeah,
Films,
I-
$2. He likes the speaker grills. Yep.
Stringer
I just
Films
like
gave me this sickness, by the way. Stringer Films, you owe me.
I'm
I was
still
gonna actually
bothered
gonna-
by the curve,
All right.
the curvy design at the top. I think
Yeah.
they should drop that and get more straight lines like an arcade.
Yeah.
You mean like they should have done the same design as the Legends Ultimate 4K, like more boxy.
Yeah, yeah. Not get rid of the shark fin, copying Arcade 1-Up's original stuff there.
So here's what's interesting. Again, as more information keeps coming out about this, so 300 you still get 300 games. The Disney game's gone, the Data East game's gone. But is that really a bad thing, right? I mean, yeah, losing BurgerTime and Bad Dudes, some people might be upset about, but you're going to get the rare games like Battletoads, and keep in mind they didn't just get Battletoads; they got a whole bunch of the rare games, right?
There's only a couple arcade games though. That's the problem, right?
Yeah, I mean they're console.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look
There's
like
a lot
Killer
of
Instinct
added
coming out.
value.
But you have Rare, you have Taito, you have Atari. What else? I know I keep forgetting one. Rare, Taito, Atari. The Data East are gone. I don't know.
Yes.
I mean,
hard to
the
think of who
the
they are.
included games are decent. And the reason why I worry about that is we find out later on in the trailer is this. Now, that you guys know how in the Legends Pinball 4K, you have to purchase, for people who buy it now, you have to purchase the ability to use OTG mode as well as any kind of third-party application, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what they call their advanced features. Now, since this particular high-def arcade machine is going to have the same user interface that the Legends Ultimate 4K arcade machine has, they're doing it here. So, guys, if you wanted to run a third-party application, let's just say CoinOps X or something of that nature, something through a general loader, or OTG mode where you connect other devices and play other devices instead of the included games, you're going to have to pay for it. And it looks like the pricing was confirmed, just like the pinball machine, where you have to pay $200, $100 for each of those two things I mentioned. Now, of course, they're doing a buy one, get one free, but still, think about it. All right, you buy this machine for $549. Let's say come December 31st goes by, and then you're like, oh yeah, now I want to play more games on this machine. Well, now you got to spend $200. So now this arcade machine is $749 in order to unlock everything. You're going to have to buy it, give them $100, unlock everything. So now it's a $649 arcade machine. Let's start with Galaga Guy and BurgerTime Babe. Guys, I haven't heard your opinions yet. What do you guys think about AtGames charging people now for on-the-go stuff? They're doing it now on the pinball machine, and it's going to be happening on the arcade machines. Also, live chat. Let me know what you think. Go ahead.
I guess my question is why, like, is there an added cost to them allowing you access to that? Like, I don't understand why they decided, like, we have to start charging people for this. Like, I just don't get it. I think it does. Go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was told directly from AtGames is they were having a large number of returns come back to like Sam's Club retailers and stuff like that, with people complaining that the advanced features weren't working. And there was a load of user error. So one of the features they had for retailers were like, turn that off. Now, I don't know. That's what I was told directly. I don't know if any of that's true. Maybe it's a licensing thing where the other companies are like, why are we working with you when you have it open so people can go in and put our game on for free and stuff like that? God only knows the reasoning. I don't necessarily like it because that's one of the absolute best things about the Legends Ultimate.
Right,
Like
right.
pinball, I care less about with the Legends 4K because I haven't even had time to set up my stuff yet because there's so much cool stuff on the pinball. But with the Legends Ultimate, like you really, really, you need that ability to add the extra games. So I don't love this, especially where it's also not going up to 4K and it's not the next level.
Yeah, and I think by charging it, they're really, the appeal. I know they're trying to get a mass appeal with, all this stuff on here and adding the 300 games. But the other huge appeal is, being able to add your own games on there. So whenever you're now charging people to do that, it's like you're shutting that door to all the people who wanted to buy it for that reason. So I honestly think it'll keep people from buying it because by the time you add in the shipping too, because I guess Sam's Club doesn't add shipping, does it? Or if you buy it directly from them, I bet you it's going to be what, like
if you pick it up in store, man, no shipping, just just the gas to get to and from the store that you pay Circle K.
Okay,
Stokjock, what do you think about that, man?
Well, I was thinking, what was the big reason for owning one of these things in the first place? Early on is because you could do all that stuff to it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And that was such a huge draw. I mean, I don't have this machine, but I've got the Legends. I can't think of the big deck. I'm talking about the
Legends Gamer Pro.
Yeah, that's it. I've got the Gamer Pro, which is basically the same thing as this, and you could do all that stuff too. That was a huge selling point to me. And so then to turn around and then I got to just think that they were like, people were buying this thing, and that's what they were doing it for. We can cash a big check here now by making people have to do that. To buy those two items that you have to have now. So I think there might have been maybe a little greed factor in there that, hey, this thing can be a little bit more of a moneymaker than it already is for us.
So another thing I'll say there, like from talking to people who work at AtGames, and I don't know if this is a company mantra, because it's not just coming from like the top, but like I remember Jason Tierney, Mr. Legends, he was telling me about it. He said you would be surprised by the data we collect that shows the majority of people playing our machines aren't playing, bring your own game. They're playing directly on the unit. So I always question the integrity of data, because if you're looking for something, believe me, you can find numbers to justify what you want to look for anytime. So you almost want like something like this to be an independent person come in and take a look at it, almost like an audit of what's going on with your machine to get a better idea of it. The other thing about this is I don't think AtGames make a ton of money selling their equipment so much, as they're trying to move to more of a, obviously with the pinball, it's working pretty well, which is software is where they make their money. So, I mean, there is a benefit of shutting down the, advanced features, because then they can sell more software packs.
Yeah, exactly.
G.I. Joel, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I agree with everybody above me here and what they've said. I hear where MICHAELB'S coming from. I agree with like Stokjock and stuff. My in-laws have one of these, and it's not modded. They're casual video. They have a basement bar, and it's down there for the grandkids and stuff to play on. So I can understand completely that probably the majority of the people that buy these are people that have Sam's Club memberships, bought it on sale, put it in their basement, and they play the stock games. That being said, I don't understand how they justify a $200 premium for the added features. I can understand not including it and having it, available for people to be able to put on at their own free will. And, if they know how to add games, they can know how to add this feature, or even, a $25 premium or something like that, same as their pinball packs or something. But $200 for some of these advanced features that you used to get for free for this, that was the, driving factor for why a lot of us were buying them. That seems kind of outrageous.
So I'm not so much concerned about new customers, because I don't know how many new customers out there, like we said, anybody buying it at this point, that's been in the home arcade hobby, you probably already knew about this. So you've already picked up Legends Ultimate. So new customers, maybe they won't be so concerned about it. I feel bad for I've had my Legends Ultimate now for 4 years. So say, for example, something terrible happens that breaks. Now I got to go buy a new one, and I'm like, oh, I am effed in the B, because the only one available has the paywall disabled. Yeah, paywall. I don't want to do that.
Michael B hates new customers.
I do.
According to 19K Fox.
Kevin Clausen makes a good point too. It's terrible because it's too tall. It's appropriately sized, and it doesn't need a riser or anything. So
I disagree with that.
Joel's I can't sell a riser for this one. Screw it.
I disagree with that. Buy Stuff actually did little 3 and 5 inch risers for these.
Did
Which
they?
I think, yeah, really big. I like the Legends Ultimate a lot, but I do find the control panel too small. Like I like, now I'm at the point where if I play arcades, I want to sit on a stool because I'm really super fat. So I want to sit on the stool, but I find like it's almost like my hands are going down and my knees are kind of clenched up under it. I wish the control panel was just a little higher, maybe on the same height level as like an Arcade 1-Up or something.
Coin Worker says he's 6'3", needs a riser for his Legends Ultimate. Yeah, you could probably get one from Buy Stuff. Buy Stuff sells a riser for these, Joel. You could always get in on that action too. There's plenty of room for everyone in the modding community.
You know, Buy Stuff's in Canada. It costs a lot to ship from Canada.
If you start once you start seeing risers on some of mine, that means that there might be new stuff coming along, because I'll be finally caught up with orders to be filling my own stuff. That means I'll have time for R&D of new products too.
I'm not surprised that they took away the Data East games, because think about it, guys. AtGames has been around with the Legends Ultimate Arcade family for what, about 5-6 years or so now, and so far, what game packs have they released? Right, you had Activision, the renovation, and Data East. So you take Data East off the included games. I have a feeling they're still going to sell the Data East game packs where people will go.
That's a good point. Yeah,
they're going to go buy BurgerTime. They're going to go buy Bad Dudes. Why give it to them for free? We have a license to sell them as a pack. Right. So I think all those HD owners, although we have those games included for free, they're going to have to go buy the Data East packs. Again, it's a revenue stream. This is all about making money. There is no reason to turn these features off. Zero reason whatsoever. I don't care what story AtGames says, but to generate revenue, $100 a pop to turn on a USB port. Go ahead, Mike.
What didn't they do these with some of the games last time? Like there were added games that came out to the ALU 1.0 and 1.1 games like the Night Slashers and stuff like that, the Taito games that eventually they stopped adding to the cart and then offered as packs.
Now before everyone, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Mike, before we all raise the pitchforks, let's all, because we always focus on the negative, right? Them taking away these features and charging for them, in my opinion, is ridiculous. However, keep in mind, too, a couple of years ago, when they got the Taito license, instead of charging us for those games, and then we're talking 42 games, they gave them to all of us for free. I mean, and we were all like, wow, this company
was badass.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, we were all happy as clams that we got 42 Taito games, and they're decent Taito arcade games, free of charge. So but then again, here we are 2 years later, got to pay the bills, got to pay for these pinball machines and 4K machines. Now we're charging for stuff.
Yeah, if you want Edward Randy, the cliffhanger, now you got to pay for it.
Now you got to pay for Randy. Now you got to pay for it. You know, yeah. Taito was free to the 1.0 users. Yeah, guys like me,
and 1.1 and 1.1
and 1.1. Yeah, which. There were a lot of customers who did. Okay.
Don't think you're better than me, Bobby ALU, because you got a 1.0. I'm just as good as you are with my 1.1.
Well, here's the other thing, too, is we haven't seen this new user interface, right? On the existing user interface, we all know how to get into the BYOG, how to do add-on X, create UCE files, bring your own games on flash drives, run it off CoinOpsX if you like the CoinOpsX user interface. What if that's gone now, especially considering they're charging for bonus features or advanced features? So if anyone goes to, here's what I worry about, right? Someone's going to go buy this unit from Sam's Club. They're going to take it home, and because they heard from somebody that they could add games to it, they're going to go watch YouTube videos. And then people, you know what happens, guys?
Take them back.
People will take them back because they don't want to pay for it. Or people, and here's the other thing too, is because we make a lot of those videos, people are going to be commenting or emailing or messaging me saying, P-Dubs, I can't get CoinOpsX to work on my arcade.
And then they'll get banned. Then they'll get banned for being on the official website.
So I found a workaround for that in my general description on my YouTube for every video now. Like if I say, if you have questions about doing anything, here is John Wagner's personal home address, his phone number, email address.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm having fun. Ray, we're having fun. We're having fun, Ray.
So, I mean, people are going to buy these and they're going to be looking at P-Dubs' video, and his video is showing, I mean, the machine that he's doing it on looks pretty much identical to this machine that I bought. Why is it not working?
Yep.
MG's asking the real questions here, guys. Can you bring
Yeah.
up MG's comments?
This one right here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is what I worry about. What happened if Michael B's 4-year-old ALU dies, and now when they send him a free one, it doesn't have OTG till he emails him?
Yeah. No, but seriously, people email and message us all the time. Like, hey, I followed your video and it doesn't work. Can you help me? You know what I mean? Like, it happens all the time. That's what happens when you put something out there. So, you know, here come I bought the Sam's Club machine. It doesn't work. Can you help me? I know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to link him to John Wagner.
John Wagner. Send him all the ways.
I mean,
Or
he's
you-
getting paid for it. He might as well do it. He might as well do the tech support.
Yes, exactly.
But there's some
you go.
people that ask me questions like, and they'll be like, how do you do this, this, and this? And like, they don't ask me in videos. They ask me through like, you know, Facebook messages and stuff like this. And I'm like, do you watch my videos? I'm an idiot. I barely know how to turn it on.
Go watch B Kong. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, B kind of knows everything.
He doesn't even use instructions when he puts things together.
All right. We're going to pivot over. We're going to pivot over because it's already been an hour. We're going to pivot over, talk about this Arcade 1-Up claw machine. Michael B, Arcade 1-Up is your favorite company. In fact, you were messaging me earlier today how much you love Arcade 1-Up. Isn't that correct? Or what were you telling me earlier today?
I think I was telling you, like, I'm in a massive slump with home arcade, and I can't imagine buying anything anymore. So, Arcade 1-Up, you know, obviously the story is people were getting really upset today. James Hates Everything did a video where he talked about, like, Books A Million. Their orders never got fulfilled. So we know from the port data, 720 of these came in. Obviously, Arcade 1-Up's looking at prioritizing who their actual units go to. You've got Best Buy, you've got Amazon, and you got Books A Million. They're like, who can we screw over because we don't have enough to meet all these sales? Books A Million. So if you ordered through Books A Million, unfortunately, they were the low tier on the totem pole, and Amazon and Best Buy's orders got fulfilled. So I did see in the chats people were getting shipping tracking information, which is weird because these weren't supposed to start going out till November 5th. But people have got shipping information already, and anybody who ordered through Books A Million, which I'm told is a reliable site, it's not familiar to me in Canada, unfortunately, your order got canceled. So I think what happened here is, I don't know how confident they were in this product, because they only made 720, which is a very, very small supply and a very small run for Arcade 1-Up. Arcade 1-Up usually doesn't do anything less than sometimes 3,000. Like, that was their number before. So 720 is a really small production run. So I apologize that, you know, this happened.
It's just one container. Everyone's so hung up on 720. What if there's another container that just hasn't checked in yet? You know what I mean?
They wouldn't have canceled orders if that was the case.
What are you talking about?
Books A Million wouldn't have canceled all their orders if it was just a matter of it was delayed. Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking about the manufacturing, right? Like,
yeah,
did they really only make 700 of these? Like, that doesn't seem right. Like, it seems like they would make a few thousand, right?
You have to remember who we're talking about.
And maybe the rest are on their way, right? And something like that. It just seems like a weird, like, hey guys, let's only make 700 of these. Like, it seems really weird to me, right?
Yeah.
I would have watched James's video today, but James, he's what we call our home arcade legal C-SPAN channel. So usually, unless there's a big lawsuit going on, I don't watch James. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But really, they're definitely not making any more. That can't be right. What a weird number. 720. Well, either way, think about it. They sold 700 of these things. That's freaking hilarious.
No. He's saying 720. The skateboard game confirmed. He's making a joke.
Oh, 720. Okay, gotcha. Well, either way, guys, trying to get back on track here. Like, it seems weird to me that they only are doing 720 of these claw machines, and everyone seems hung up on it. I'm assuming there's more on the way.
Oh yeah, I think
they're
so
just
too.
they're just delayed, right?
So too.
And probably they're delayed, and that's why they're like, Markham is sold out, turn off the listings. And then, of course, everyone was running around saying, they're sold out. Oh my God. They have a hit on their hands. James, if they sell 700 of something, that doesn't sound like a hit to me. You know what's a hit? Them selling like 50,000 NBA Jam cabinets, which they did, right, Mike? Hell, even more than 50,000 NBA Jam cabinets. That's a hit. They sold maybe nearly 100,000 NBA Jam cabinets. So that to me is a hit. 700 claw machines is not a hit. It just sounds like they sold out of the first run. Does that make sense? What do you guys think? Burger Time, babe, give me some logic.
I mean, it sounds like it's just trying to build the hype for it, the FOMO, like, oh, only 720, and then there's going to be this mystery container that pops up. Hey, we've got a whole bunch more.
Yep.
That's what it sounds like to me.
It's the same FOMO trick they pulled with
KI.
No, maybe with KI. I don't remember that one, but it's the same one they did with Marvel versus Capcom 2 originally. You remember that? That sold out really quick, and they were like, well, they're all gone. And then like 2 weeks later, they were like, we got another shipment in, guys. Better get them while you can, right?
Yeah.
I remember getting a crap load of virtual high fives because they ran out of KIs. And
Oh, that was
now
the cheap
they've been
KIs.
trying to sell KIs for the last year and a half.
I love
Yeah.
this comment by MG. This
Yeah,
comment
I know.
rocks. They're like, wait a minute, what are we doing? We're supposed to sell books.
The books.
Yeah.
You tricked us, Arcade. What up?
I think we're all making a lot of assumptions here because we don't know how many actually sold through any of these retailers. Like we're saying 720, could be less, could be, I have no friggin' idea, but there's a possibility that if the production run was only 1,500, that maybe Amazon, Best Buy, and the other retailers sold out of that total amount, and not everybody is getting their shipping info right now. And Books A Million was still SOL because, again, lowest man on the totem pole.
Stokjock, what are your thoughts here? I'm just checking your light show behind you.
I think I always thought this was going to be a really big hit for them, and so for them to start off with such a small run, kind of seems a little ridiculous. But again, it's who we're talking about. I mean, have they made any freaking good decisions in the last year or two? No, they haven't.
Not contacting any of us in Chicago when they
exactly.
were there.
Well,
They could've
exactly.
talked to any of us.
Yeah.
I heard, Mike, I heard rumor you were mad about that. I didn't know anything about it. They were like, dude,
no, I
Mike
wasn't
was
mad.
mad.
He was mad.
I'm not
it was a
mad.
rant.
I can't believe how stupid you are. Like you think about it. We're in Chicago. None of us are really pinball channels. And like Stern was rolling out the red carpet, like anything we can do for you. Other pinball companies were so gracious with their time, so welcoming for anybody to be covering their hobby.
Yeah.
And Arcade One Up's like, we're going to be in Chicago too, and you can go fuck yourself. But like, didn't even have the foresight to like be like, if anybody's in Chicago, stop by, say hello to Justin. Like, I'm not saying roll out the red carpet for us, but it's a unique opportunity for their marketing team to actually connect with like 90% of the home arcade YouTubers that are promoting their products.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a massive super chat, $20. And let me read this word for word as James wrote it. James hates everything, $20. James called it a hit. He confirmed Arcade One Up was sold out. They didn't just make 720. They made 10,000 of these. And if you're interested, pre-orders are still available at Pop Market. By the way, Allianz Entertainment owns this company. And make sure you vote for me this upcoming election. So there you go, guys. James confirmed it. James confirmed it's a hit. And he confirmed all pre-orders were sold out. So, way to go, James. That was $20. Well spent, my friend. $20 well spent. I read it exactly word for word as he typed it, my friend. All right.
We got to insult the audience. Get ready. Here it comes for Super Chats. James, thank you very much for buying me the Rat King TMNT figure. That was very thoughtful of you. It's little gestures like that that really mean a lot, and you're a good dude. Take that, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. We're not doing that anymore. We did it for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks, I was like, you know what? It's not funny. It's not funny anymore. We got to come up with a new gag, something of that nature.
You got to run stuff into the ground. If I could, we'd still be talking about flan on this show.
Oh, you're too funny.
Flan.
All right, hang on one quick second. I just gotta copy something here. All right, go ahead. Mike, you host. I gotta take care of something.
Well,
Oh, here it comes.
no, nothing evil. Yeah. So, I mean, has anybody not had a chance to speak on this whole thing yet? Like this debacle. I don't even know if it's debacle. Like, who cares? I mean, unfortunately, bunch of people with the Books a Million pre-orders that got canceled, but apparently they can still order from other places. So I don't think anybody's really going to be out here, or it's that big a deal, is it?
No, don't think it's a big deal, but it just
At this point, it at least
just
gives them a second chance to reconsider the decisions that they're making in life.
yeah. Yeah, but I think it just goes back to the whole thing about who this company is. I mean, here you've got this new relationship with this company, Books a Million, and you go and give them the shaft right away or something. Gosh, it's just
Yeah. And then when on James Hates Everything's video, whenever he had talked to Books a Million, they said there was a manufacturing issue, and that's why they all got canceled. And then One Up said, "Oh no, that's not it at all." And I was thinking, so these companies also get the same communication we do, which is like, what's going on?
What's going on?
Like why? Like we have no idea what you're doing right now. It's crazy.
Did your order get canceled, Michael B?
We couldn't order here in Canada. Not available.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. This is
You would have though.
This is the only product they came out with last year where I was like 100% got to get it. My daughter would have went nuts. Loves claw machines. Like you should have saw the look on her face. It was like that woman in Black Hole Sun where her whole face opened up. That's what she looked like when she saw the claw machine. So this is one I 100% would have bought, but like we've got no ETA when anything's coming here in Canada. And what's funny enough, like you just said, James said about a manufacturing issue. I heard the same thing because I asked about the claw machine coming to Canada, and they were like, "Oh, they still got a couple things to work out with that."
Yeah. So it's important. It's important to note. I know some of these guys said it, but just to rehash for those of you in the live chat, if you pre-ordered from Amazon or Best Buy these claw machines, you're fine. People are putting up posts and Facebook groups and stuff saying that they've shipped, they're getting their emails, their claw machines are shipping. It's only the orders through Books a Million that apparently were canceled. And James Hates Everything confirmed it with his $20 super chat. Thanks so much, James. By the way, I got a quick question here. I hate to pivot real quick. Galaga Guy, BurgerTime Babe, are you guys going to go live immediately following our broadcast?
I think we're going to go live at 11, but we can go immediately. We just have to move some stuff over. We can, yeah.
All right, cool. You guys need to go to your channel, go to your YouTube settings, and you guys need to set it up where other channels can redirect to you, because I can't send everybody over like doing a raid. I can't send them over.
Oh.
So I pinned the link, guys, in the live chat. Those of you watching, I encourage you, when Super Game Room Dudes ends, you head over and check out the live stream from Galga Guy and BurgerTime Babe. What drink are you guys going to be making tonight?
It is
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoots. Yeah, Crash Bandicoots Wampa Juice.
Yep. So you guys definitely want to check out their show. It's super fun. Friday nights immediately following Super Game Room Dudes. All right, getting back to this. Stokjock, how many claw machines did you pre-order and why?
I ordered exactly 0.
That's
exactly
too funny.
0. I don't have any, I've got a granddaughter who's 2. I mean, maybe in a couple of years I'll buy one off of Facebook Marketplace by then. But I think if you have kids like Michael B's kids' age, that's a beautiful thing to have, and I do it in a heartbeat if I had kids that age.
I will advise you, if you do buy one, there's an off chance you're going to wake up one night and find nostalgia in your arcade playing the claw machine. that little fella loves those things.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you're going to find him in the.
That's also possible.
Yes.
And a big shout out to G.I. Joel for bringing the beard tonight, since Nostalgia wasn't here. I mean, we greatly appreciate you helping us out, because, man, we miss that furry little guy, don't we, Mike?
Yeah, big time.
Big time.
I don't have anybody to insult now. The show just doesn't mean anything.
Oh, you guys are too funny. All right. Getting stuff ready for the next topic. Mike, take it away. Whatever you want whatever you want to say about AtGames, Flipper Friends, whatever else they got.
No,
going.
well, very quickly, they released the new Chucky Killer Pinball Pack this week, $5. I mean, anytime something comes out and it's $5, it's not exactly a super hard decision. I got a copy from AtGames early. I did a video on it. I played it.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. It's one of the harder pinball tables to understand, but kudos. I don't know what the current score is, but I saw earlier, friend of the Vacation Alliance, half a dozen, was number one on the leaderboard with a massive score of like 787 million. I haven't been able to crack like 25 million yet. So like, I don't know how he did it, but man, what a cool game. The only complaint I have about it, I don't know if you guys had a chance to play it. It's a really dark table. And then that back glass is so bright and so yellow. Like, I found it really hard to look at the top of the screen where Chucky's like pieced apart faces. And like, that's how you start your main modes. You got to put his face back together. I have no idea where I'm with the modes because I can't see shit. So I'm just flipping the ball up anyways. Anybody else pick it up and play it?
I picked it up and played it. And I got to tell you, I really, really like Chucky on the Legends Pinball.
Yeah.
I think they did a great job porting that over. When it comes to The Thing, as you guys know, I like the Thing pinball game more than the Chucky pinball game. Although I would prefer a Chucky themed cabinet. We've had this discussion. Don't make me say it again. But The Thing, every time the ball's traveling north and south, especially on the right-hand side of the playfield, it slows down. There's like this weird slowdown. And it's throwing me off because I'm like, is it supposed to do that? Or is there some kind of issue with it? Like, it's weird. But I'll tell you something that's nice about it going slower is you're able to hit the next shot without it going down too fast. BurgerTime Babe and Galaga Guy did something pretty awesome at the Pinball Expo. You guys bought the Peanuts pinball machine that they had on display.
Yep. There was the best choice of the ones they had left.
That was the only one left, wasn't it?
It was the only one left.
Yes.
Are we able to?
I like it. It's cute.
Are we able to see
It
it
is.
behind you at all? Nope, it's not right behind you.
Here, I can.
Oh, wait.
Hold on.
We're going to see it.
You can see
As
it
you
in the
guys know,
first picture,
I
Fast and
love the
Furious.
Peanuts. Oh, there it is. I love the Peanuts.
You got a
artwork.
Frogger, Galaga Guy. How are we not best friends?
Yep. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at
I
that
have
beautiful
Frogger.
Peanuts artwork. I love the Peanuts artwork. So
It's like it's so tall,
yeah.
it's like an inch away from the rafters in the boiler room. Like I was pretty worried.
So are you guys enjoying playing the 4K pinball machine? And did you pick up Chucky and all that?
We are loving it. I played especially since I work from home during my lunch. I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna go downstairs and play. So I'm always down here doing that. It was kind of her first experience. Well, my first experience with the 4K, but she doesn't really play pinball too much. So we played on the HD, which I have, and then we went over to the 4K. So how was it whenever you did that?
It was a lot better. It was a lot better. I am not good at pinball, so it's not something I go toward often, but I will definitely play more with this. It feels more authentic too.
Yeah, that SFS kit like puts a whole new
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it. It's just like you have to experience it. I think once they got this running at the Pinball Expo and I finally got to feel the SFS kit, I was like, all right, this is a whole game changer for me personally. Like I have to have this. So it was great.
Galaga Guy, can you show me your Peanuts again?
Oh my God.
Man,
He was
his
trying
Peanuts
to-
looks great.
Mike, that was really funny last week when I said that. It's not so funny this week. Now we're just beating a horse to death. Now we're just beating
My
a horse.
peanuts are on the
Man,
internet now.
OnlyFans, it's coming back.
Yeah. G.I. Joel, what Legends pinball do you have?
So I have just the HD.
Okay.
I reskinned it Turtles artwork.
Nice.
It's got my own custom back box on it.
Mhm.
I originally was building my own and was debating on what I was going to use to run it. And as I was doing so, somebody on Facebook Marketplace listed they had this one that they bought from Sam's Club, and
Right.
they were in the process of moving, and so they had to put it in a storage unit. And
Right.
then after they got done moving, a couple of years later, they got it out of storage, unpacked it, and it had no back box. They only got one package
Oh.
from Sam's Club, and so they were selling it. I think I picked it up for like $300 or something like that. And so I was like,
Interesting.
well, I've been building my own V-pin, and I just so happened to have completed the back box already and not the rest of it. So it worked out. Plugged them in. So
Yeah. And Stokjock, which AtGames pinball do you have?
I have the none.
the Stern.
Oh,
Non-existent.
I've got I do have a Stern. If you don't know, just a minor Stern pinball machine. And
yeah, the one you won for free in that contest.
I know that cost me $125 that ticket. So
Oh, but still,
I thought it was more because you bought like 4 tickets, didn't you, or something?
no,
like
actually, you're right. I didn't buy 4. I just put 2 tickets in, so it was
Yeah.
$250. I put in, so $250 it cost me actually.
So,
but only one of those they pulled out. So yeah, it's not in
is it-
here. It's
not
in
in
my
there?
office.
Okay.
It's in my home office right next door.
I think
So-
Stokjock
so-
might be a
wait.
bit of a gambler because
Hold-
only a gambler says it only cost me $125. I didn't win on the other ticket.
That's right. I didn't win another ticket. The other ticket was a donation. That's the one I wrote off.
Oh, okay, okay. So for those
but
of you who don't know what we're talking about, Stokjock here entered into a raffle contest where you pay some
Project
money, get a
Pinball,
ticket,
yeah.
Project Pinball, and you could win a Stern pinball machine. And what pinball machine did you win?
I won the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary limited edition. It's
That's
number
awesome.
7. Number 7.
So
That's
the
great.
funny,
I gotta say, it is beautiful. I mean, spectacular looking machine.
funny thing was, like, I had really got into
Yeah.
buying these, and like I was like, I'm starting to think this is a hoax. I don't know who's winning. It's probably all a setup. And like I really got mad because this guy Daryl won, and I was like, who the hell's Daryl? So I was downstairs, and then I get an
I
email
remember
from Stokjock, and Stokjock's like, you're not gonna believe this. I won on that pinball thing. And I was like, oh my God, it's not rigged. I was so happy.
You said, hey, by the way, I beat you again,
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I will say this about when I was at the show, I took special interest going and looking at those things because I have never seen one before. And I went over and I looked and I thought, I was like, well, these things they're pretty cool. But I know everybody was bashing, early on was bashing Star Trek because of, the whole Kelvin and all that stuff. And I thought it looked actually not too bad. Not too bad. I put it in top 3. So, but I thought Attack
That's
from Mars
bold
to
of
me.
you. That's very
Yeah, I
bold
know.
of you.
Attack from Mars to me though is still number 1. If I get one, I'm going to go that route. I think.
So I'm gonna give my top 3 ALP 4KP designs. Are you ready?
Here we
Number
go.
1, Dinosaur Dynasty. Number 2, Dinosaur Dynasty. And number 3, this one's going to throw you for a loop. Dinosaur Dynasty.
Ah,
Oh,
thanks
that's
so
because they
much.
Jurassic Park.
I'm an
No.
outdoorsy sportsman, so I really like the Jurassic Park because of the camouflage.
oh yeah.
Can you
I thought
imagine
for
if,
sure. I thought for sure Mike was going to say James hates everything design. That's his favorite.
oh,
Yes.
that was horrible. Like James was so proud of that too. He's like, look at what I did in just 10 minutes. Look how much better it is. And we're like, no, man, that's so much worse.
Like you're the worst. Now, Stokjock, Joel, BurgerTime, Babe, Galga Guy. Do you guys ever play the Evercade? Do you guys collect any of that stuff?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I know those
Yep.
guys do.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you guys know, but a new Evercade cart coming out here called Metal Dragon and Life on Mars. Now, what's interesting is I had heard that this leaked on Amazon, and I think this is another one of their new Giga carts or something like that, right? Right, Mike? Like
Yeah.
one of their larger games, right? But what's interesting about this is right after this leaked, they published a trailer. So was it really a leak or not? Let's take a look, guys. Let us know in the live chat what you think of these. I think these are indie games. I've never heard of these 2 games myself. Mike, have you heard of them? You're our console king.
No, I had no clue what these are. So one thing Evercade does do very well, they go out and they find these indie games that are really interesting that could work on the platform. So far, like most of the stuff they put on there, like Cathedral and shit like that, has been hits. So
Oh, I love Cathedral.
yeah,
I love
so
the Cathedral cart. Yeah.
whenever they do something like that, I always take notice. I mean, it's better than what is it like? They release those Commodore 64 games, and I'm like, well, back to sleep. But when they do this, I do take notice. I like this stuff a lot.
Yeah.
These look
I've,
good.
I've never heard of these before.
Yeah.
Anyone on the
It does
panel
look
play
good.
these games anywhere? Jason's saying that these were on the Genesis Mega Drive.
Were these late ports? Because I've never heard of Metal Dragon on the Genesis Mega Drive.
It looks great. They look
Yeah,
great.
it looks like Contra, like a Card
Yeah.
Warrior mix. Like
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, Jason, just to clarify, were these like homebrew games that were made later? Because I know a little bit about the Genesis library, and I've never heard of these games.
Yeah. Well, I gotta tell you something. Even though I've never heard of them, I like what I'm looking at here.
Newer
haven't-
homebrew, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. They're newer. These are newer homebrew games. There you go. I've never heard of these games myself, and I gotta say, I really like what I'm looking at here in the trailer. So, like Galga
too.
guy said, one game looks like you're playing a Contra style game, which we all love Contra, right?
Mhm.
And the other game was more that top down, like Shock Troopers, like Kari Warriors. You know what I mean? This POW. You know what I mean? Like this looks fun to me, Metal Dragon. So
Mhm.
I haven't pre-ordered an Evercade cart in like 6 months. I'm gonna buy this one. This one's on my list. I had Tomb Raider pre-ordered. I ended up canceling it because of the delays. You know what I mean? I got mad. I just said, you know what? Because I pre-ordered through Amazon. Amazon still hasn't got their Tomb Raider carts in. Last I checked. Go ahead, Mike.
The second one there looks like a combination of obviously using elements from Metal Gear. It's a game on the TurboGrafx 16. I almost couldn't remember it. I was just about to Google it, and it came to my mind. One of my favorite TurboGrafx 16 games, which is Bloody Wolf, and like that looks
Oh, yeah.
fantastic. So I'm all in. Come here, buddy.
Yeah. I think this looks cool. Stokjock, are these your style?
I love those kind of style games. Yeah, I was actually going to say, since I've never really, I think you guys talk about them all the time. If you were to start with Evercade, what would you buy? What would you get?
I get the new Alpha.
The Alpha?
I hear it's really good.
Oh, you're funny. I like the arcade cartridges they've come out with, but like for instance, like Cathedral, the Cathedral cart was really, really good. Also, where's the one that I was just playing? Also, I really like the Demons of Asterborg and the Aster Bros cartridge. Like I think those were really cool, like indie style games to put on here.
Can I interrupt things for just a second? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So my wife came in earlier. Tommy's not going to sleep, and she handed me these notes. So Tommy's got a new pastime. He really likes Blue's Clues. So she handed me this that says, Tommy is wide awake, and we're playing Blue's Clues. Everything is terrible. And then she handed me a little Post-it note that has a blue paw print on it. I don't know if you can see it there.
No.
Is this Clue?
No. Don't go to stop.
All right. Anyway, see you, buddy.
See you, buddy. All right, so that's what's going on with the Evercade. Galga guy, are you going to be picking this cartridge up? Does this look fun to you? BurgerTime, babe?
I'm interested in Life on Mars, actually.
Yeah, I think I'd pick this one up. I have a Super Pocket right now. It's kind of what we've been sharing it back and forth. I need to get another one or to buy, one of the systems itself. But I think we'll definitely pick this one up.
Yeah, and sorry, I was a little distracted, but Stokjock, to answer your question, go the 19K Fox route. He bought one of those little Super Pockets, the Hyper Megatech, which is a great entry point into the Evercade sphere.
Good.
Then you can pick up like a game here and there, and if you really like it, you can pick up their home console, which is the Evercade BS. You can get the Evercade EXP, which is a really, really upgraded version of their handheld. And now, of course, they've got the Arcade Alpha, which me and T-Dubs both have, which we'll have a review out November 1st if you want to go that route. But that's more if you want to play games in an arcade format and you like countercades. Have you ever played an arcade one-up countercade? Yeah, if you don't like countercades, this is not going to be for you.
No. I think the original suggestion was a good one. So thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, so that's what's going on with Evercade. G.I. Joel, any thoughts on Evercade? I thought you shook your head no, that you weren't a fan of it?
Oh,
or
I'm a
did I
fan.
miss that?
I got a bunch of them.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see this or hear about it, but after seeing this, I'm pre-ordering. I'll
Yeah.
pick this one up for sure. It looks good. I got a couple of the Super Pockets, and I've pre-ordered the Alpha. Hoping to get it in answer to a bunch of people's questions in the live chat earlier. Hope to make a stand for it when it gets in, and I can do some dimensions off of it. So yeah,
G.I. Joel made me feel really bad. I showed off my Evercade Alpha I got, and he was like, when are us peasants getting ours?
Peasant pre-orders.
Yeah. I was surprised to get one for review, and to be fair with you guys, I haven't opened it yet. I mean, the review, I can't do the review for a week from now. I was going to open it this weekend. So Mike's already opened his and sent me pictures and you know,
of playing bad dudes on it.
Yeah. Yeah. He sent me a picture of him playing Bad Dudes, which means he put one of the Data East carts into it. And he said, "Suck it, P-dubs," him playing Bad Dudes on his Evercade, which Mike's just mean. I don't know if you guys have realized this being on the panel.
He's such
tonight.
A nice guy. Come on.
He's terrible.
Mike, I'm just a sarcastic person, so don't ever take offense to.
when I was talking to the Wonderland guys, one of the Wonderland guys, I went up to him and I was talking to him again, and then the guy that was working with was like, "Don't you remember him? That's Michael B." And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm forgetful." So I came up to him again the next day, and I was doing my interview with the other guy. And then I went over and shook his hand, and I'm like, "You probably don't remember me. I'm Michael B." And he was like, "You're an asshole, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yep."
Mike, if we ever do a solo podcast, or no, like a pair, like a separate podcast, we should do something that's Bad Dudes.
Bad Game Room dudes.
Bad Game Room dudes.
That's perfect.
How many of you guys are Metallica fans? Any Metallica fans on this panel?
Yeah, I like Metallica. Do some Sandman.
Why are you shaking your head, Galaga guy?
No, not really. Not really.
What kind of music do you listen to?
They listen to polka.
Yes.
Exclusively polka.
Ohio.
Yes. Irish
Definitely polka.
Irish polka. That's all I
All right,
listen to.
BurgerTime, babe. In your car right now, satellite radio turns on. What's the station?
2000s emo forever.
So you just have like Evanescence all the time playing in your house.
Yes, pretty much.
It says Evanescence. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So I usually, if you guys must know, my Sirius is always tuned to Lithium. Lithium plays great music.
Hair metal's where it's at, man. Dangerous Darren.
I'm talking about my Sirius. So, yep. There you go. All right, let's keep going. So Mike wanted to talk about Metallica. Metallica new pinball machine came out. Guys, did you have a chance to play it at Expo? All of us went to Expo. Did you see it at Expo?
I got to see it. Yeah, I know Chaotic and James waited in line for it for like over an hour, and Chaotic was a little bit disappointed, just because he said, you get 2 balls, so he's like, you didn't really get to learn the table too much before your turn was done, so he's like, it kind of wasn't worth waiting almost. So I saw it. It was cool.
I think he also too was very frustrated because I think he ran into the same thing you kind of ran into, which was some guy ran up there, had to like put 4 plays on it, in front of him, and so he was a frustrated guy, and then left and came back, and he was he was already like jaded a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty machine. It's a beautiful machine. Love the artwork on it.
Yeah, great artwork. Nice that they're doing new versions of these games. I hope some of the other games they made 20 years ago, they like if they come out with a Ghostbusters remastered, a Lord of the Rings remastered, because a lot of us back 20 years ago, we didn't have the disposable income or the houses to accommodate picking some of these up, right, Mike? So I'm all for
I actually have some breaking news on Lord of the Rings.
What?
I actually asked them if they were going to do Lord of the Rings remastered, and I was talking to Zach Sharp, and he said, well, we can't do that. And I said, why? And he said, 1 ring to rule them all. So they're only doing 1.
All right, Mike, that wasn't funny, and you broke my heart at the same time. Moving on from here. All right, so GI Joel, Metallica, what'd you think, man?
It's cool. I didn't get to play it. I saw it as we walking around. Saw it at the Stern tour too. Got to walk past it in the cage ish. Peek at it, but it looks good.
Y'all needed P-Dubs Capone to tell them to go F themselves. Okay. Thanks so much. Yeah, it looked cool. Whatchamacallit, I didn't get a chance to play it at Expo. Can you believe that, Mike?
I'm not surprised because
the line was too long at
crazy.
Expo.
Yeah.
And even though we went to their YouTuber pre-event, I stood in line. And I think I was the last person to get in line, and all these YouTubers are up there playing. And guys, they weren't playing 2 balls; they were playing full-on games, sometimes multiple games, capturing footage for their channels. They only had 2 of them at the headquarters, so I'm waiting in line like every other YouTuber, waiting my turn. And eventually, I was like, "Man, we've been here like 2-3 hours, and the expo opened." And I was like, "Dude, we need to leave." So I didn't get to play it in person there. And I didn't even get to play it at Expo because the line at Expo was too long. Yeah, however,
crazy.
I did get to stand next to it, and I captured some great footage, which I shared on Multicade Mondays this week because I got to play X-Men. And I don't feel bad at all because I played X-Men a bunch over the weekend, and I loved the new X-Men pinball machine.
I did too.
It's so cool. It's so much fun.
So I did get to play Metallica. I was lucky enough that when we were at influencer meetup or whatever they had, I was talking to Retro Ralph, and he was there at the table, and he let me jump in on his game. The only problem was he started doing really good, so I kind of was like, I don't even want to wait anymore. So I went over and played X-Men a bunch. X-Men's really friggin' good, man. I was talking to Pinball about it earlier today. There's funny thing. Do you remember when we went to Galloping Ghost Pinball just after we were at the expo? Does anybody remember what table I was playing a ton there?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare.
Anyways, today when I was talking to Pitbull, he told me a lot of the elements that Jack Danger used in X-Men actually were inspired by that Gottlieb Nightmare on Elm Street table. You think about it, like when it comes to the Sentinel hand is Freddy's glove, the future and past is like the day and night in that table. So I can see why I like it so much. There's a lot of great elements from like one of my favorite games.
Yeah.
Did it kind of get kind of a little bit of bad press when it first came out? Was there some issues with it?
It wasn't ready to be shown.
Right. But it sure showed well.
Oh my God, yeah.
At the expo. It was
ready.
It was ready for expo. It was ready for expo. It was great.
The really cool thing about that game too is it's one of the ones where you really can go with a pro and still feel like you're getting your money's worth. Like there's lots of other games like Jaws. If you buy Jaws, you're like, I'm missing like 40% of the game. But like you buy X-Men Pro and like you're pretty much getting it all. There's some like bells and whistles missing, but they don't change the core gameplay, right?
So BurgerTime, babe, what's it going to take to let Galaga Guy have real pinballs in the boiler room? What's it going to take?
Space.
Space.
That's it, honestly. So,
but that's easy. Like I tell Danny at the Cornercade, just sell the 1-ups. It's easy. That's easy. Okay, so space is easy. What else?
If this house goes through, that'll help.
Oh, you guys are moving?
We're trying to,
Yeah, we have a house we're going to, and we're in the middle of selling ours right now. So the Boilercade will come to an end here soon.
Oh wow! Breaking news.
Yeah.
Well, they told us at Expo. It's just you're not a good enough friend to understand and listen. Yeah. So, anyways,
I'm sorry. I was too busy celebrating the Red Knight kicking the Red and Yellow Knight's ass.
So I thought you were too busy sleeping.
So, are you guys?
I
are
was
you guys
snappy, probably?
Are you guys in a good place? Is it like kind of a conditional sale where your acceptance of the new deal is based on your ability to sell your house?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good because you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you're carrying 2 mortgages for a while, right?
Right.
Yeah.
All I care about is, will the new place have an awesome game room? That's all I care about.
Yes. taller ceilings where you could fit things like pinballs in,
Nice.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Not saying I'd buy one or anything, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Multicade, Matt. I know. So when we went to Medieval Times, if you guys don't know, the Super Game Room dudes and the Dark Illuminati were over on the Red Knights section. The Arcades Anonymous crew was in the Red and Yellow Knights section, and our knight straight up murdered the Arcades Anonymous knight.
I don't think about murder.
And they still have hard feelings over there, running their mouths in their little Discord. Talking smack about the
your
Red
knight
Knight.
was dead.
Let it go.
They gave him mercy. They gave him mercy and let him live.
Yes. Yes.
No, he was just strong and he recovered. You jerk.
No.
You bunch of jerks.
No, the queen was like, we'll spare him. And then he came through. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we definitely want to make sure everyone has enough time to grab a drink and have a bio break before Galaga Guy and BurgerTime.
What's a bio break?
Live on have a movement, Mike. Have a movement.
A movement? Like if they play piano?
Like
the second movement.
Like if people want to take a shit before their live stream starts, we gotta make sure we
Brown?
We
and
gotta cut
sits on a
them
piano?
loose so they can get their live stream set
What's
up.
Brown and sits on a piano?
What?
Beethoven's Last Movement.
No, jeez. You're so weird.
It's from Friday the 13th Part 2. It's a great joke.
Oh.
All right. Do me a favor, everyone. I have it pinned at the top of the live chat here. Make sure you guys copy that because you guys don't have redirects set up.
Sorry.
And
No one's
make
ever
sure you
done that for
guys
me before.
head over to Galaga Guy's channel for an awesome retro live stream. And they're going to be making a Crash Bandicoot alcoholic drink. It's going to be super, super fun. You don't want to miss that show. Let's all get a little tipsy tonight. Big shout out to Galaga Guy 88, BurgerTime Babe, Stokjock, G.I. Joel, and Michael B for joining us on Super Game Room Dudes tonight. If you enjoyed tonight's podcast, do me a favor, give us a thumbs up on the way out. Thank you for subscribing. And you guys have a fantastic, fantastic weekend, and we'll be talking to you real soon. Mike, take it away.
Actually, Joel, we haven't let Joel and Stokjock talk very much. Joel, Stokjock, take us out. Say goodbye to everybody.
They talked a lot, Mike. I pitched it to him a bunch, by the way.
We talked.
They talked.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate
maybe a little
it.
bit in the beginning.
I know how to do this. Go ahead.
Thanks for having us on the show tonight, guys. I appreciate it. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow morning when I wake up, go out into my workshop and turn on YouTube, because normally that's when I watch you guys is on the restream. So I'm probably going to be a little lonely and
just do what P-Dubs does every single night after Super Game Room Dudes finishes. When it usually finishes, he'll go get something to eat, and then he opens up a pack of smokes and watches the whole show like this, like, what's everybody saying?
He's actually not lying. Stokjock, final thoughts.
Hey, this has been awesome. I mean, I'm hanging out with some stars. This is awesome.
You're talking about P-Dubs, right?
Well, no, I'm talking about BurgerTime Babe.
Oh, damn! Burn!
I really appreciate it, guys. It was a lot of fun,
here
and yeah. And it was great seeing you guys too. In Chicago, you guys are some great, really, really great dudes.
Some of us are, yeah. Some of us are lovely.
Okay,
some
Fox was a really great dude. You guys,
he is wonderful, isn't he? If it wasn't for his right-wing jargon, he'd be perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
the best part about Fox was traveling with his illegally concealed firearm during the entire trip to Chicago.
We would have been in so much trouble.
You would have been, trouble. Yeah. Not that state. Wow. So no, great time. Thanks again, guys.
All right. Subscribe to all these mofos. Go watch this live stream with me for this Crash Bandicoot drink. Give us a thumbs up on the way out. Thank you for subscribing.
Don't forget Wednesday nights at what time, guys?
Yes. 9 o'clock Eastern.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock Eastern. Check out Arcades Anonymous weekly. All these fabulous people will be there. That's how you do it, Dubs. Some of us know how to do this.
Get them to 500. They're really looking to get to 500.
Yes.
They need to get there.
We need to get to 500.
Getting close.
And until next time, we'll see you on the web.